comes to builds, it's just that you have to learn the actual style. You know what I mean, though, Doc? It's like you gotta learn the style. You can't just. Some of them aren't
Oh
gonna
yeah.
work. You have to play it a certain way, and this is one of those builds. But it's once you get it right, it's like really, really effective.
And with all these changes to Destiny and the addition of new shit, like, and even the
Good blind,
reprise
good
shit
blind,
like
bro.
King's Fall, I don't know, I've been stuck on this game.
Ooh, thank you, B, for saving me, because I was stuck right in the middle of a damn reload. Oh, shit. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's bad. Woo.
Oh man, what an amazing exotic pistol this is. Here's one of so many things that it makes better and was pretty much useless up until now. Have you ever heard of the weapon talent Unwavering, where swapping to that weapon grants 300% weapon handling for 5 seconds? This talent can't be more relevant when using it with the busy little bee. You can take comfort in knowing that whenever you switch to it, you'll get an amazing surprise every time. And I know that I used Unwavering in the last build, but you tell me what else I should be using right now instead of it. What's better? And I'm only asking because I really would like to know what you think. And in regards to this build, at first I didn't really know what I wanted to do with it or what I wanted it to be. It was a little bit difficult to narrow it down, but hey, you can never go wrong with a hybrid build, right? So I decided to do that. And because of it being a hybrid, this build has unlimited potential, the epitome of support and DPS. With the change to ongoing directive, the enemy almost stands no chance due to the benefits of hollow point ammo for your entire team. All you have to do is shoot one target who's inflicted with a status effect, and they're marked. Then once that enemy is killed, everyone is happy. But what about a build where the hollow points never stop? A build where everyone bleeds and receives significantly more damage at all times. Well, with this unique blend of the busy little bee and ongoing directive, it's made possible. Makes it kind of overwhelming, honestly. And I want to get into this right away, but before I do, you already know what I'm about to ask you. If you're interested in builds from DPS all the way to skill, then don't hesitate to like the video and subscribe to my channel. Okay, so I've made tons of ongoing directive builds. I know the ins and outs of this gear set, and the bleed is what makes it so special, but when adding a few accolades to it, becomes something else entirely. Let's start with the new exotic pistol we call the Busy Little Bee, the lightning rod variant pistol, and the great thing is that it has a very large magazine, 30 rounds, and the fire rate is high as well. The exotic talent allows you to mark up to 10 separate enemies, with each mark granting 20% weapon damage to you that is stored on your person. So you can get up to 200% weapon damage once you switch. And there's no time requirement or urgency to switch weapons before the buff expires, like the Orbit with Perfect Finisher. You can hold on to these stacks until you're ready to switch weapons and benefit from the weapon damage bonus. There is, however, a time limit on that. You have only 10 seconds to wreak havoc on anything in sight once you switch. Now, the reason this works so well with the ongoing directive is due to the ability to mark enemies with just one shot. And it forces you to mark all separate enemies. That's what the Busy Little Bee requires. It just so happens to synergize perfectly with this build because with ongoing directive you want to mark all separate enemies as well. And did I say it was a hybrid build? I think I did. And all of my ongoing directive pieces have crit chance and damage rolled. This is to maximize the weapon damage I deal with my hollows. And once that enemy is killed, your entire team's DPS is exponentially increased. And because of this playstyle, the damage is significantly higher than your standard skill build. And normally I use the ongoing directive backpack every time I run a 4-piece to capitalize on the bleed, but not this time. I'm simply using the 4-piece ongoing as a tool to get everyone hollows. That's it. I'm not worried about the status effects as much as I would be on other builds catered to it. Plus, with the Busy Little Bee, I'm able to benefit myself as well. I'm using the Technician Specialization and a 2-piece Brazos to get 2 free skill tiers. This way I can diversify my build, make it more strong or more formidable. So I have 4 skill tiers in total, but only 2 on paper. Sick, right? My backpack has combined arms, and this is just the right talent while utilizing a playstyle like this, because I'm using the striker drone and turret. 30% damage to both weapon and skill, so long as I'm firing while my skill is. And then whenever I'm ready to switch and reap the benefits of that 200% weapon damage from the B's exotic talent, it gets even worse for whoever's on the receiving end of it. And this is a very important role, especially in Legendary. Most people don't really like playing support builds. They usually want to be on the front lines. And it's really important because you're not a front runner for the team. You're a really reliable support player, and you need the skills that'll help you also be able to deal damage. So the striker drone and assault turret were the perfect choice. This way you can position your skills in advantageous areas while you run around and do your thing. It's the ultimate build, fam, and I love it. I know you will too. Of course, you'd want to have at most 2 DPS players on your team to maximize effectiveness with hollows, but try out different strategies and build combinations with your team to see what works for you. See what you come up with. I'd love to know some of your ideas in the comments. I think I covered it all, fam. Let me know what you think of this beast of a build in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out. I'd appreciate it. I'll see you in my next video. Be right out. I've made a breakthrough, ladies and gentlemen. This is huge. Identity Rebels is coming into fruition, finding its own identity. No pun intended. But what it means is that it actually provides an experience which now is even more fun to play. It requires a skill gap when fighting enemies and forces you to think before making decisions in combat. That being said,